All right, everybody. So, seems like we have a wonderful show ahead of us because I think this will be a fun topic for today, which is called the first date deal breakups. Breakers. So, please stay tuned because I would love to hear what you have to say about this. All right, hold tight. Let's get this show going. I think this is the one. All right, everybody. I don't think a lot of people actually heard me when I first started. So I want to say that welcome back to another exciting show of the About That Water podcast, where we talk about strong financial behaviors. And that's my job is to help you build strong ones because a lot of us out here just don't have it. So, what are we going to talk about today? And one of the things, the reason why I came up with this topic, and I thought it was actually pretty hilarious because I was riding down the road and I heard on the radio that they were talking about first date deal breakers. Because I was like, would people actually enjoy talking about first date deal breakers? Like, what would that really look like? Is that really a thing that people really care about or really look into as far as like, hmm, this is something that I really want to do? Or is this, I don't know. So I was like, eh, let's give it a shot because I think it has a lot of things to deal with how we communicate with each other and how we actually do a deep dive into each other as we get to learn each other as new and found type deals. So, what I would like to talk about, let's talk about some what's in the news because I want to let everybody figure out what they would like to talk about because I really think this is it's a really good topic today. So hold tight. So for the things that are in the news right now, let me play some background tunes. One of the cool things that's happening in the news right now is that um, we have right now is the Equifax has actually issued the wrong scores to millions of consumers. Who knew? Like everybody's winning right now inside the wrong score. So if you actually got your score, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's gonna be fixed. So let's move on over to the next thing, which is something that you'll notice right now, which is the food price increases show signs of moderating, which means that things are actually going a lot smoother this time around. And because they are going a lot smoother, things will actually be, maybe things get a little cheaper. But anyway, let's move on over to auto news. In the auto news, Edmunds have their 5 vehicles that are easy on your wallet. And I love talking about that wallet. So here are the 5 vehicles. Nissan Versa, not a big vehicle, it's a truck. Look, coming in at 16,675, brand new, not bad, with a EPA of 35 miles to the gallon. You got the Kia Soul, looking at 21,000, not bad for a brand new vehicle. I mean, you're getting about 30 miles to the gallon, not too bad either. You got the Hyundai Venue. I never heard of the Hyundai Venue, but it seems like a nice venue of a vehicle if you know what I mean. So that coming in at like $20,295. You're getting a lovely miles per gallon, about 31. Not too shabby. But you got this Subaru Impreza when it's at $20,290. This is not bad of a vehicle. So one of the things you might want to take a look into. We also have on here, which is the Ford Maverick. So the Ford Maverick is an SUV that you can do. It's like a small pickup or whatever, but it gets the job done. So we're looking at about 37 combined miles per gallon, and it's coming in at a moderate price of $22,490. Now, keep in mind, this is the sticker price. And then also, if you add on the tax and title and stuff like that, then you can go up the thing. So this is one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys as far as what's happening in the news. All right. So I know you guys here for the fun activity because I think this is actually going to be good topic. And this is interesting that we have some fun things to talk about. Now, you would think that going on a date is fun. You swiping around on Tinder or whatever, Bumble, and you just realize that, yeah, this dude looks nice or this gal look nice, and you want to go out there and have a good time. So you start thinking, man, what if? What are the signs? What are the red flags that they have out there? And you just constantly staring at them, staring in their eyes, start asking them questions. So, what do you like? What do you like on your pizza? Do you like pineapples? Do you like ham? Do you like it together? Or cheese on the crust? Who knows? Those could be red flags. Those could be the same thing that your ex or somebody else had. And it could be a red flag for you. But then the person on the other end will have no idea because you never shared that story with them. You'd be like, all the people who likes Hawaiian pizza are just not good for me because I don't like that kind of pizza either. So, and one of those things is that it's interesting to think about of what are those conversations that you're having or what are those red flags that you see in that relationship. In my example, I actually started talking about my finances right up front. I was like, you know what? I have plenty of debt. I have credit cards were maxed out at the time. And what else did happen? In the first date, it was free. So I'm gonna take you guys back. I'm gonna tell you my small story on how I actually met my wife. Because this was around the time I was getting better with my finances and getting a better control of things. So I'm sitting around. Let me throw up at least an image for you guys because I figured you don't want to look at my face the whole time. See if I got a photo actually. Look at that's appropriate. But anyway, let me just get back to the story. So I'm sitting here on Tinder and thinking to myself, all right, well, I don't like this one, I don't like that one. Just swiping around, um, and looking at different portfolios of women, as Mitt Romney was famous for doing. And, just sitting around just thinking like, man, what out there? Who was out there for me? Who was out there for Anthony that he is willing to spend the rest of his life with? And I was like, well, not really spending the rest of my life with. I was like, who is suitable to be with me? And I was like, man, let's pass. I was like, yeah, a group of women, you only send the profiles and you be like, well, which one is you? I don't know which one is you. So you keep swiping and swiping, and then, you just land on one and you're like, yes, she's the one. And this is not a picture of my wife, but you get the point. And so we start going on this date, and we talked about um how we like each other. What are your sign? My sign is this, and how about we just go hang out? And so I went to go hang out, but because me, I love to drink, I love to travel and so forth. I had my profile decked out and everything, put everything in there I wanted. She didn't have anything really in her profile. And I was like, let me just give this a shot. And in her profile, like meeting her in person, I was like, cool. So this is what you look like? You actually look like your photo. And I was like, man, this is pretty cool. Saw her car pull up. I'm up here shaking in my car, in my car, because I was like, all right, well, um, is this going to be okay? So I'm actually just sitting in the car, um, changing my shoes because I was actually running. We were actually meeting at a park because, for one, like I said, I didn't have any money at the time. I was just getting out of a relationship. I'm up here trying to get my money right, but I would like to hang out with somebody. And but the thing about it, I was like, let me just go give it a shot. And so we went out there, we talked. Noticed that she was driving a manual vehicle. So I was like, yes, she can drive a manual. And so while she can drive a manual vehicle, I was like, yeah, she can at least drive a manual, which means that she can also drive my car. Because at the time I had a manual, not a manual for manual. And I was like, yeah, she can shift. Right. So, we get out there, start talking. And the first thing I recognized was obviously that she seemed pretty fit. She was ready for the walk and everything like that. But going from that conversation, and then I said hello, she says hi. And I realized that her voice was actually a lot deeper than I thought. And obviously, I didn't say anything. I was like, all right. So we started walking, and because it was a long park, it was about like 2 miles in a circle. So guys, if you're listening, always start with a park. During the daylight, multiple people there. You don't even have to eat because I didn't bring anything. And the reason why I chose a park um, was because you can go out, and if things didn't work out, I can always walk back to my car. She can walk back to her car, or I can actually go running because this is where I used to run. Um, and so, we having a conversation. I said hello. She said hello. I was like, I just pretty much had vomit at the mouth. I was like, I'm broke. I have no money. I have student loan debt. I have credit card debt, but I'm actually planning on getting out of debt. These are my plans and everything like that. So, you know, and then didn't say too much, didn't seem shocked about it. She told me about her life, what she does, and that's how we started. So getting back to the whole notion of dating and understanding how it was. Obviously, this is not me. I don't have the rolls in the back of my head like this guy, and I had a lot more hair because I wasn't cutting my hair during the you know things how things are. Money was tight, and the haircuts were expensive. So what we did was so we had that conversation. But that goes back to, all right, well, what was those deal breakers for me? So what are the things that I was looking for? Was one, how was she about finances? Was she a spender? Was she a saver? Was she um into like jewelry, high fashion, and so forth? You could be into those things, but I was like, well, how's your money looking? How are you with credit cards? Do you use credit cards a lot? And I was like, we'll see how this goes. But understanding that money wasn't end all be all, but for me, it was coming out of a relationship to understand, like, hey, this is something that was big for me, which was understanding your finances. So those were the red flags for me that I was looking into, and how we can actually grow together. And if you can do it on your own, at least have you know, something similar to what I have, which was, at least a place to stay, a vehicle to get out on your own. You can hold a conversation. I mean, come on. Like some you would think it would be basic to hold a conversation. And especially with me and my guess you could say my personality. Uh I we can work out for most people, but no, not everybody can handle that. And so that's one of the things that I was looking for as a red flag. So, what are the first date deal breakers that you had or that you think would really impact you in your life? And like again, this is the reason why I bring this up is because when you go out there, you're getting your money right. You thinking that you really are doing something, and then you just come across somebody you just overlooked the finances, or you just overlook this one small thing far as like they chewing loud or chewing with their mouth open, or they like to like pick their ears while they're eating. um what else is on this list? I'm gonna show you guys this list because I think it was just hilarious on some of these things. So you know we all have, this is actually a list from Reddit, and I think it was actually pretty cool, which is the 15 people share their petty relationship deal breakers. The first one was either they eat with their mouth open or make a lot of noise while eating. I did not realize that that was like the number one deal breaker. Is that the number one deal breaker for you guys? I didn't think that was actually a deal breaker for some people. Me personally, I chew with my mouth closed because just kind of just see stuff sloshing around in there. Number two, which is what they have on here, is I once broke up with someone because they didn't clean his ears. It was actually so gross. How gross was it? It was so gross. Let me see. I don't know what it said here. Um, Not in his ears, but also the fold behind his ears. It was just I was just staring at it. Oh, I mean, like I'm a dude. And if I see a girl with some like what they call it, that earring, back of the earring dust or whatever, that crust, that might be a deal breaker for me. Especially on the first date though. I mean, maybe on the fifth one we can talk about it a little bit, feel a little comfortable talking about it. Um, have you ever came across this where I said like I can't date people who believe in soulmates or the one? I never I never heard that one, but that's the first for me. I'm gonna skip through some of these, but I think these are pretty cool. One of them, which is say too clingy too soon. We did not have to text all day or talk every day. Like I don't think that's a bad deal breaker. I mean, at least it shows that they're tentative, like at least once a day. don't have to be all day though. Um, I heard some people, especially a lot of the women I chat with, they say that a deal breaker for them is um, what's it called? It the guy doesn't ask about them, or even ask to kind of say like, "Hey, you know, I have feelings too. I have thoughts too. So why don't you just kind of talk about me sometimes?" Um, One of them here, which is no smoking. So some people that are smokers, you could be turning away some folks. You could be turning away your future wife or your future husband or your future significant other. I'll go with that one. And just can't. I don't know what's here. Oh, and the last one is that like she ate mayonnaise out of a jar with a spoon. First off, who's walking around with a jar of mayonnaise? Right? Like you just whip out a jar of mayonnaise and just started eating just started eating it. Oh, that's so nasty.
Emotional, damn it.
It's like I can't like that would probably be uh, a hilarious thing and definitely be put in a friend zone because you might be a cool person, but yeah, no. Mayonnaise with a spoon, pass. So Carla, you said on here what the clears. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can't with that. And that was actually pretty hilarious because I was listening to it on the radio and it doesn't matter on what TV radio stations I listen to because it's my show. All right. So those are the things that I want you to kind of think about. Like we go out here in these relationships and you want to be a better person. You want to make sure that you're attractive. You want to make sure that you can hold a conversation. You want to make sure that you present your best self. But also, you need to think about your money. And I'm here to talk about your wallet because when you're on a date and you have those red flags and those are those deal breakers that you just cannot live with, you need to make sure you own it 100%. Keep that same energy, as most of them will say, when it comes to leaving them. Because if you decide to stay in there and you already have these red flags, you already have these deal breakers, and you're like, no, I can overlook it. No, he was nice this time. Majority of the conversation was good, but he wasn't seeing me right. Then you really got to let it go. It's one of those moments where it's like, you'll save more money just by letting it go. So just let it go. Because I hate I guess you could say the controversial topics. It's like, oh, her feet too big, or like the guy, or some women will say, oh, he too short. My question is out there is it really a red flag that a guy is under 5'7", 5'8" for you to date him? Is that really a red flag? So you looking at Tinder profile, all he got is headshots, and then he just show up saying he's 6 feet. You show up and he's like 5'8", but yet he has all the other qualities. Does the qualities really matter? Or is it about his height? Before you even get to know about the qualities of this person, what is that deal breaker for you that you really need to understand? So I leave that question with you for a lot of people that are getting back into dating or just getting out of relationships. Um, or getting out of relationships or going through um, some type of breakup of to some degree, and you back out here in the streets trying to make sure that things are getting better, and you really wish that life would treat you right, but it's just one of those things. Is like, man, how can you find somebody that you would mesh well without giving them a chance? And also, you have to think to yourself, are you going to lower your standards to reach somebody to get to that next level? You just got to think about those. I'm not sure about you, but I think about it all the time. It's like, what is it that will take you, that will just be a big no? One of those things, a deal breaker for me, if I'm following behind you, or matter of fact, somebody showing up late to the date without calling to say, hey, I'm going to be late. And it's like, you only plan to be there for an hour, but they show up a half hour late. And so those are the red flags for me. Like, I hate somebody late to a date that you agreed to. And that's one of those things. It's like just some of the basics. And just being some of the basics can actually keep you in that relationship. You'll be surprised of just saying, hey, I'll be there at 2, and you show up at 1:50 or even 1:45 just to make sure that you're there at 2. It's like it really makes a big difference when it comes to dating and relationships and so forth. But having those first dates, man, that's pretty crucial. Even when it comes to like job hiring, like you guys got to take that same energy of like, this is a job interview that you're going for. Is this somebody that you really care for, you really want to be in a relationship with? You actually do take out the time to get to know that person, to really show up and show out and put your best self forward. You might can loosen up a little bit, have a couple drinks here and there to show them that, you can have a fun time. You can actually be well. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys understand what I'm saying here. But either way, I just want you guys to think about that as you go on in your lives. Now, for some of you and most of you who actually are on this show, really are already married. So I would like to bring up this next segment, which is about how do you continue to date when you're already in a relationship? Let's take that to the next level. All right, that's it. All right, everybody, that was pretty cool for the podcast out of the house. Y'all ready for drinks? I think it's time for drinks because it's 2 minutes before I gotta go drink, and I think I'm ready now. Alrighty, so let's get it out. Oh yeah, I got something nice today, y'all. So somebody was nice enough to go to Germany and brought me back some gummy bears. I have no clue what this says. Y'all know what that says? I don't speak German, so if y'all can recognize that, please let me know in the comments. Like even the nutritional facts, I have no clue what this says because I'm like, they gummy bears, so they look like to me. So before the show, I actually put some of these inside rum. So these are actually rummy gummies. Now, rummy gummies, for those of you who are unaware what they are, which is just gummy bears dipped in rum, and I had these soaking for about an hour now. So I'm gonna try these out right quick. What are you guys drinking, by the way? Because I'm curious. Oh, you can pronounce it. Let me see if I can shoot you an invite so you can come on up. Copy, or I can actually have you call in here if you want. Well, look, Carla, okay. In order for me to leave him in much longer, I heard like the 3 to 4 hours is like the sweet spot. So we're gonna have to see how this goes. And keep in mind, I'm actually using coconut rum with these. Not now. Oh, it actually adds like a lot of flavor to rum. First, let me taste them first by themselves. It was a big bag, so I had to put them in like so many mason jars over here. All right, let's see. Let's try one of these bad boys. Let's see what they taste like. These are pretty good. Would I buy these? Yes. If they were local, oh yeah. I'll actually buy me like I might take some more to work. These are great. Y'all ever want to send me stuff? I'm put up my PO box up here so y'all can just send them. Because that was yeah, I'm full of some gummies. I love some gummies. Yeah, I was just send me some gummies. Because these are actually pretty tasty. Yeah, shoot me some mail. Be pretty nice. And yes, my PO box was just like the commercial when say 1877 cars for kids. Delete, donate your car today. So, you're ready for Spot Decks? Sorry to be chewing in your ear, but I think this will be fun. All right, let me get the pod decks going. Get my pod decks question going as well. So hold tight. Here we go.
This episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience and have more meaningful conversations, you're going to want to check out Poddex. Now, if you want to get 10% off your order right now, you can go to poddex.com and type in coupon code. What's the code? Yes, that's the code. Check out poddex.com. Take your podcast to the next level.
All right. So this is pod decks. And what they talk about here are deal breakers. So here's a list of deal breakers. One of them is called addicted to drugs or alcohol, hooked on their ex. They have won't take no for an answer and lies to people. One of them was unemployed. If somebody's unemployed, is that really a deal breaker for you guys or gals? Is that something that would turn you off? Or not really turn you off, but as a deal breaker? Let's see. Then we'll see if I can do it this or that. Cause I think these are fun. All right, yeah, let's see what we got here. All right, so when it comes to deal breaker, which one of these would you choose? Waste of time or waste of money? What you think about that? Because we got like a lot of people that like to waste time. And you know how that goes. Huh, overnight. But isn't the texture like nasty though? Isn't that nasty? You're nasty. So we're going through some pod decks right now, and I actually think it's pretty cool. So what about that's funny. So I'm going through these pod decks and I'm actually looking at these, and it's like ridiculous. Sponsor or date? Ooh, okay. So what is this? Now somebody come up to you, right? You're a sports fan, and they say like they don't like sports. Would you prefer somebody that's with sports or without sports? Yeah, Jamal, you might have to drink some rum tonight. What kind of rum you going for? Because like I said, I'm doing this Pirate Bay situation. Straight. Actually, you know what? I'm sure y'all remember this one. When I had this in the refrigerator, soaking for like quite a bit. Well, not really soaking, but just in the refrigerator for a while. Throw some wine in that bad boy. Get that flavor from the berries along with the coconut Pirate Bay. Man, it's gonna be a lovely night. What y'all doing? Ooh, nice and smooth. What are y'all drinking out there? Carla, you're not drinking it. I know you're probably like, what? But yeah, I think it's actually pretty cool. Some of these questions seems pretty cool, but I'm like, man, like if somebody's out there, like, white, I'm so curious on there because a lot of you guys haven't talked about like that what is it a turn off for you guys on your first dates? Like when you were looking for your significant other, your current significant other. I think that would be. Let me see if I can take some phone calls today because now that I got the mic set up and I think I got the audio right, we can go down and start taking some of these phone calls. So if you guys are curious to have some phone calls, because I need to test this out when I start going live. I got a couple people that I want to come on to the show. I want to make sure that they have everything that's possible. So I'm gonna need some of you guys to give me a phone call, just test it out, and also you can ask question, answer the question at the same time. So my phone number. Let's scroll down and get it. Phone number is 833-699-2558. Looking for your call while we having this alcohol in a mess ball. Yeah, I'm not a rapper, unfortunately. So body odor, that BO be getting it in. Is really body odor like the number one thing that people really turn off? Because I thought it was actually it like how bad is the body odor has to be? Does it smell like the fish that you ordered? You know what I'm saying? Like what if they just had a bad day that day? Or they were just out at the gym, you know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, or they just run around and can't figure out they just like so excited to meet you and they just keep sweating profusely. Or they just can't find the right shoes and the right socks and they just picked up a raggedy shirt from out the hamper. You know what I'm saying? So they got so many other things that could be happening going on. You know what I'm saying? You said no excuses.
Emotional, damn it.
That's too funny. So, I mean, you never know. They could be really excited and be like, "Yeah, so nice. I'm nervous, sweating under the armpits." Hold on. What if they actually sweating while you're um while you're there? Like they sweating heavy. You know what I'm saying? They sweating so profusely while you're there eating that you can actually see sweat under their armpits, sweating, like they just had like some Indian food that was really spicy and they couldn't handle it. Would you? Would that be a red flag for you? Just ask for a friend. Just asking for a friend. Certain body parts are never allowed to smell like food. Ah, that is hilarious.
Emotional damage. Bruh.
Yo, that's too funny. Oh man. So I mean, what if they just got a moment? Like they just can't they can't control it. And or they just came from the gym and they didn't get a chance to, wash because they want to come out, fit, maybe something. I don't know. Trying to look out for the small guy here, okay? Because we never know what happens out there. Life happens. All right, we got like 20 minutes, and I'm up here sipping this shot. So, Carla, tell me a little bit about these gummies. Is it like, are they like filled to the brim and then you add water? Or do you just add a little bit to kind of plump them up? And also, on top of that, keep in mind these gummy bears are like really tiny. Look how tiny they are. And don't judge my fingernails, it's fine. It gets the job done. My camera went to sleep. Sorry about that, guys. So what else we got here? I feel like in that case, it would be much better just to ask for a little bit more time to get ready. Or they could just be disrespectful of the time and they should have planned sooner. That's my thought. I don't know. Do me sitting around here with these gummy bears chewing and talking at the same time a red flag for you guys? We covered the gummies with vodka. No, let me see. Maybe we can say those for Sunday. When we go live on Sunday. Cause I could definitely deal with that. Now that I got some gummies. Some German gummies. I don't know, I'm just sitting up here. You guys are great. And I do feel kind of bad for some of the people that are new. That's helping to hear some financial stuff. But when it comes to finance, we always hear. Absolutely. Carla, you're speaking my language because that's the way how I would say it anyway. We gotta get your friend to start talking on here too from Baltimore with the accent. Was it unique? That'll be funny. So when it comes to I'm definitely gonna have to edit this episode. Like cut out so much of this. So when y'all listen to this playback, yeah, don't judge me. I think it's gonna be pretty bad to listen back to. All right, so again, please just give me a call. Let me see if I can scroll this. Can I scroll? Only can show. We got one ticker. There we go. All right. So see if y'all can just give me a call. I just really, like I said, it's just a test run. So for those of you who are in the audience, to let me know if my audio is sucky. Because but also when you give me a call, we can talk about the what are your first deal breakers, your first date deal breakers. I have a feeling that most people would tolerate. I think people will tolerate a body odor if they have a good conversation. Would that work? Am I right, ladies? Or gents? If they smell like fish or not? So let me see what else I got on here. I need to add some music because one of the things I gotta chat with is see about how to get some more music over here. All right, Carla. Thank you for coming by, hanging out. It was definitely a pleasure having you on the show as usual. Till next time. All right. So, what are you guys into? I wonder if I could play other YouTube videos. Have you guys ever looked at like the YouTube music side of the house? I think it's actually pretty cool. Let me see if I can share my screen. For those of you who never actually did a no BO. So one of the cool things with the back end of YouTube, for those of you who don't know, when you hear people with music and everything like that, they actually just go here. I think I might have to go to the editor. Yeah, I might have to go to the editor. So right here, I can go here, manage videos. So you guys actually get to see my stats. Hey, go down and call me, Sophia. So you can go back here and get like some audio. You actually get to download it for free. And so that's what I typically do. So I usually do the attribution and do it for free so you can actually listen to some of these cool songs. What? Got a phone call.
Grasshopper, call for.
Hello. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, there you go. Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you. Oh, there's a delay. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's a huge
Oh.
delay. That's why I was like, I'm just keep talking because it would be nice if it was real time.
Don't worry.
So what up?
Okay. So the audio isn't too bad.
Okay. Hold on, we got another caller in here too. So who else is calling? Well, they're gonna have to wait.
Oh.
You're more important. You're here first. I don't have like.
Wait. We can't have two people on the line.
I never tried. I just hung up from them, so they'll have to call me back later. I don't know. They didn't tell me they were calling me in the chat, so I mean, you're here. So, what is your date deal breaker?
I noticed in the chat that BO was a serious topic, and yes, because on a few different levels, if you can't wash yourself, especially on like the first date, then we need to rethink everything.
Wow.
Oh yeah. It's the first date. Like I'd understand it. Like if we were going out for like a walk,
Yeah.
or like if we were gonna go out to the pool, or we're gonna go out someplace where there's lots of fresh air. We aren't in close quarters. But like if we're going out on our first date and we're like going to dinner, this is public. There are people around. Like it's embarrassing for you. It's embarrassing for me. If I can smell you over the smell of the food, that's bad. And I've been in restaurants where people have had BO that's that off, and it's like, yo, you need to take yourself somewhere, figure that out.
Oh no. Has that ever happened to you though?
Have I ever like gone on a date with somebody who had like seriously bad? No.
Yeah. No. Okay. So what was one of those dates that you actually went on that was like, no, this ain't happening?
I've avoided most dates like that because normally, like the guy will be like, "Hey, do you want to go do X, Y, or Z?" And normally, if it's something that I'm not interested in like at all, I'm like, "Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that." Like I've been invited out like bar hopping, but like as a date, and I'm like,
bar
yeah,
hopping
no,
as a date?
Yeah.
That don't seem that bad. I mean, I'll go bar hopping. I mean, I'm like, hey, there's free drinks.
Well, I don't go to bars like that anyway. So.
Okay. So they didn't do their research.
But that's just me.
Got you.
Yeah.
Well, then there you go. Is that a cat in the background?
Yeah.
Oh, is it hungry?
Yeah. No, she just comes in here and she decides that she wants to be loud because I'm talking to other people.
Oh. Nice.
That's just how it goes.
Oh. Okay.
But
that's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. I think a major deal breaker for me definitely is, and this is just me personally, if the conversation immediately swings into politics out of the blue.
That's funny because a lot of people don't. Is they like a politic nut and like just really into it, like a nerd or something of that particular topic, and it's like,
yeah,
what are we talking about here again?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by on the About That Water podcast show.
No worries.
I'm just wondering, so if you could just hold tight for a second. So for those of you who are in the audience, if you can put in the chat to let me know that you can actually hear me clearly, and also the person that's on the phone clearly, and also the cat that's in the background. Type in cat in the chat if you can hear me. If you can hear the cat.
Y'all heard cat in the chat.
That's hilarious. Awesome. So thank you so much for sharing what are your dating. Oh, matter of fact, what is a dating tip that you'll give out there for the women, the young women that's out there that are dating?
I think one thing that I've seen with a lot of the women that I've at least interacted with out here is that they end up finding the same guys over and over and over and over again. And those guys end up not being the best type of people for them. But then when they go to look for a new guy, they look at the exact same place. They look for the exact same things and they go right back for it all over again. So, I mean, if you want something different, look for something different.
You need to talk. You need to repeat that one more time for the people in the back.
I mean, it's true. Like, if you want something different in your life, actually look for something different.
Right. So instead of going to those bars and doing the bar hopping, it's best to just go ahead on and go to Home Depot or something.
I mean, look. I have a friend who did that. She stopped looking for guys at bars, and she actually happened to work at Home Depot. She started dating a guy from there, and things went really well.
The guy actually worked at Home Depot?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
So I mean, but hey, that's what she did. She started looking in different pools for different people instead of just checking out the same crowd over and over and over and over again.
I like that. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for the tip, and hopefully all the young ladies out there can take on some of those answers, and even some of the young men that's out there gonna carry on, be prosperous, and get your date on. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Sophia.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me on.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I could take this next caller. So hopefully they can come through. It would be nice if I could do like a dual thing, but I have never tried it, so I don't want to try it live and take up too much time right now. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
No worries. Thank you.
Yep. See ya. All right. So, anybody else want to give me a phone call before we call it a night? We got like 3 minutes. So we got those 3 minutes. I'm just gonna play some tunes. Since it's my music, I can play as long as I feel like it. And because they don't have to get to cut me off on things, which is great too. So, all right. So what we talking about here today, for those of you who are just joining, we're talking about first date deal breakers. And what are they? What are they to you? So comment now and share some of your stories. I guess I should have did this earlier. And just had more people just call in. Cause I think it's actually pretty cool, like, to talk about this stuff. Do you guys like the slide decks anyway? I'm gonna start doing some more of these because I've been making these up as I go along. What should I talk about next week? If anybody wanted to call in, just call in. Phone lines are free. It is 833-699-2558. Do another page. What am I going to talk about next week? See what we got. How to make snap decisions. What do you guys think about that? Would you like to learn how to make snap decisions? Well, I can talk about that all day. Making decisions, making them fast, making them, right. So, showing you guys some of the background stuff that I go through that most people don't show you. But I'm showing you because you decided to hang on this late. We're going to get this going. So, get my little image. Let's see what we got. How to make snap decisions. All right, let's see. Look at some of these raggedy templates. Boom. I don't know who that guy is, so he's getting deleted. Where'd my image go? Obviously, I got to change all these colors because my colors are obviously green. Let's see if we can change this. Yeah, there we go. All right. Throw up my image. I'm going to turn this down. Again, you can always call me, so don't be afraid to call me. I don't mind editing and going through stuff. It's like working remotely, but instead y'all get to see me work live, so y'all can't fire me for not working. So I'm actually getting prepared for next week's episode. I might start doing these. What do you guys think? Should I start editing live for the next show? Let's see. How to make how to make I'm thinking I'm gonna see how to work that out. Make let's see business make snap. Let's say put on here decisions. Or just make snap if I can spell right. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? How to make decisions, top 10 tips. Oh, I'll do it this way. Call it make decisions. What type of decisions? Make snap decisions fast. All right. So since y'all know my colors are not purple, I'll go with this like yellow. Ugh. Ain't gonna work. I think it's too much green, but I think the green might actually work. Let me know what y'all think. Does this green work? Or should I make it like red because it's fast? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll make it red. Even though red isn't any in my colors. All right. Let's see. So I got that. Then I got to snatch up my... There we go. This thing. I like how y'all just popped in here for this watch me edit for next show. All right. That looks good. Can everybody see that? Looks interesting. Make snap decisions fast. Does it look fast? Let me see if I can move it this way. Move it that way some. And then I think that looks good, right? So it's like off centered it a little bit. See if I can make this italicized so it can look like it's fast. Oh, it's already italicized. We don't want pop-ins. We want to get something else. So, you guys, I mean, the question is still out there. What are your deal breakers? What are your deal breakers? Because, you know, having a podcast, it's actually a deal breaker for some folks. Could you believe it? Who wouldn't want a person that can do a podcast? Crazy, right? I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can do some strike throughs, I guess. What's he got? Make it look like it's fast. Yeah, that ain't work. Let's see what else we got. All right, well, I don't want to hold you guys up for all the fun things that's happening. So it's already 5 minutes past. I want to say thank you all for having a wonderful time with me today. And please, 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 please make sure that you subscribe, like, and share with somebody, share with friends or family, because it actually helps the show grow a lot faster. Keep in mind, we'll be editing these live videos so we can put them up on the podcast side of the house. And these are just background information that you all get to see because you're actually subscribers and you actually get to see the full background of everything. So keep in mind, next week's episode, as you see here, is making Snap's decisions fast. I guess I could say faster because Snap is already fast. Make Snap decisions faster. Come on, man. Let's do it that way. And you actually get to see this posted up. I would say shortly after. I'm going on and schedule everything right now. All right, everybody. Y'all be safe. I'm out. Peace.